Hell, hello, this is Prince of Somnia, and welcome back to more Let's Play Dragon Quest VI. Last time, we defeated the Dread Fiend Murdaw in the Dream World, and were told of a mission to find our way to Murdaw's keep here in the real world in order to deal with him once and for all, by heading up north towards Ghent, and fighting another new enemy, a she-slime. We actually haven't found one of these yet. This is our first time fighting one. Let's see. They behave basically the same way regular slimes and spotted slimes have been behaving, so they're not too vicious, especially now that we're so much further along in the game than they were intended to appear. Got another level up for Millie, that's very handy. And here we have another border checkpoint. How nice of you. Oh, good. Literal holier-than-thou types, huh? Just great. But yeah, we want to head over this way. Ghent is that village up in the mountains that we can see just off the map there. And we got some more enemies here, Malevolamps. Let's see. The Malevolamps can do a standard attack as usual, and they can also call Hell Niños, or Niños, for backup. So that's something to watch out for. But other than that, they shouldn't be too vicious. Yeah, there we go. Hell Niños are palette swaps of the Cumulouses from earlier. One notable thing about the Malevolamps is that their defense is quite high, so that can be troublesome to deal with. Hell Niños over there die. But yeah, basically the Hell Niños, they do have some abilities that can be a little bit dangerous to deal with, but a single double up will kill them instantly, so I'm not too worried about that. Oh boy. Oh, nuts. Now you saw there how even though there was a Hell Niño on the leftmost side, we attacked the Malevolamp first with a boomerang. That's kind of a peculiarity of the targeting, where an enemy that appears later on still doesn't kind of count towards that total, so... let's see if these Hell Niños have snooze resistance at all. Apparently not. Okay, let's finish off this Malevolamp as fast as we can. They're starting to become a problem here. There we go. Fortunately, this battle is probably going to give me a sizable amount of experience for all those enemies that were summoned, but yeah. If you want to run from the Malevolamps, I don't blame you. And Feral Beasts and Loathsome Leaks. I believe we found the Loathsome Leaks earlier, and I just kind of skipped over them. But these guys are palette swaps of enemies we fought previously. They don't do a whole much differently from them. Except for exploding. Jesus Christ. Forgot they could do that. Okay, made it. Welcome, pilgrims, to Ghent. The blessings of the goddess be upon you. If the winding path of destiny has brought you here, then surely it was meant to be. Oh yes, Ghent. Anyway, let's take a quick rest at the inn, because I need it. I got a little beat up there. At least we still got that fun, happy music going for us. Wow. There's some nice energies you've got going on here. I guess that's the kind of village this place is. Unfortunately, we can't quite access the church from the direction we came into that building, so we have to go around for some reason and save from this direction. As for our list of things in order to gather in terms of treasure, in here, haha, Seed of Resilience, which I am immediately feeding to Carver. He will need all the help he can get. 4, that's okay. Oh, there you go. Maybe the goddess is doing something. Or then again, maybe it's us doing all the work. As usual, nobody ever gives the hero the respect they deserve. Okie dokie. Let's see, in this house up here, I really like the architecture they got for the roofs. It's a really nice style. I see the magic in this pot over here. And a pointy hat. Pinty hat, even. That's a new piece of equipment that I don't think anyone can really make use of, but I could be wrong about that one. I'll save my equipment buying for later. Let's just head on over here to the big temple at the top. The sacred ship dubbed the Providence has long been enshrined here, but if you think you can just wander on board, you got another thing coming. Without the Elder's permission, this is as close as you'll get. Nuts. This is the Elder's house, actually, so I guess I'm supposed to talk to him. By the infinite and unknowable wisdom of the goddess, you have found your way here. You desire an audience with me, I take it? Now, patience is not a virtue that the goddess has granted me an infinite supply of. What precisely was it that you wanted? Well, so thanks to the divine will of the goddess, King Somnus has awoken, and not before time. But no sooner does he awake than he requests that you be given free use of our sacred ship. This is no trifling demand. Is there not a perfectly good ship at the castle? I find this puzzling. As the goddess moves in mysterious ways, so too it seems does King Somnus. This request may have come directly from the king, but our people answer only to the goddess herself. I cannot lend you the ship. Please accept my apologies, but your journey has been in vain. Oh dear. Wow, he just straight up ignored the king's request. Can he do that? Wait, what? He won't even do a favor for King Somnus himself? Grandfather, I have returned. You know this guy is important because he is a unique sprite. Navon, you are back. How are your studies progressing? I often feel that I should be offering lessons to the teachers. That is as it should be. I have schooled you well, for the destiny that awaits you is no ordinary one. May I ask who these visitors are? They don't look much imbued with the spirit of the goddess. They brought a missive from King Somnus of Somnia, requesting use of our most sacred ship, the Providence. But surely you cannot countenance allowing these vagabonds to treat the ship as their own? Do not fear, my child. I told them in no uncertain terms that the ship will not become their plaything. I take it then that you have no more business here. Do you think it would be rude to ask you to leave? Navon, can you hear me? It is you whom I seek. You must not send these visitors away, for your destiny lies with them. Together, you must embark on a voyage to the Isle of Murdaw aboard the Providence. Navon, what is it, my child? What is it that afflicts you? It has been decided we must allow our visitors free use of the Providence, and I must join them. Why the sudden change of heart? It is not like you. A higher power made the decision, not I. The goddess deigned to speak to me. But wait, this can only mean the visitors who stand before us are the heroes spoken of in legend. Indeed, that may be so, but it is impossible for us to know. All I know is that we must break the seal and return the Providence to the ocean. What will happen beyond that, only the goddess knows. But I must witness it with my own eyes. I must go. The goddess has spoken, and it is not in our power to ignore her divine voice when it calls. I cannot stand in your way. I have seen how your powers have grown, and I know the heavens have their own plans for you. Go, my child. It is time to break the seal. It is time for the Providence to set sail once more. Come, it is time for us to go. We must head to the shrine where the Providence awaits us. It would appear that the goddess has spoken. Let's go. Navan is waiting. Hey, all that glittery lightless now. Was that the goddess? I don't get what happened, but I think they're lending us the ship. That's all that matters, eh? Come on, let's go follow him. Well, it's nice to have a change of heart after he treated us like shit for a while there. Blessed Navan, the chosen one, you have come. You say the seal must be broken and the Providence must take the seas again? If you say it must be done, then so it must. Please proceed to the shrine. Come, it is time. If we head on over here, Navan is waiting for us on the deck of the Providence. Once the seal is broken, the Providence will be lowered directly into the river below. Are you ready to break the seal and set sail? Very well. It is time for us to embark on our quest. Our destinies are entwined. Now we have Navan in our party. O goddess, since ancient times the people of Ghent have served as your most faithful vassals. Now that I break the sacred seal of the Providence, I pray that you will gift us wind in our sails. Devitor Mercu Votaro Instiator! O goddess, hear my prayer. We have arrived at the Isle of Murdaw. Shall we get going then? Hold on, I think I better stay here. What? You came all this way just to quit now? Now, there is no need to force her. Besides, it's best that someone remains with the ship. Ashlyn, keep watch over the Providence for us, okay? You got it! Sorry to drop out like this. Oh, by the way, do you want me to put my gear in the bag for you? Yes, please. Okay, you got it. And that's why I told you not to worry about Ashlyn or her levels, because she will not be joining us for the fight against Murdaw after all. Anyway, Navan here comes with a Wayfarer's Clothes and a Leather Hat, which are quite weak for this part of the game, and the Staff of Ghent, which you can use in battle for a free casting of the mid-heal spell. which is astoundingly good. Navon is the third mage in a row that we get our hands on, but Navon doesn't have quite... Navon kind of excels a little bit more as a healer than he does as a mage like Ashlyn would. He's not as fragile as either of the either Millie nor Ashlyn, and he can actually equip some heftier armor, which kind of fits him in more of a priestly archetype than anything else. He has access to Whoosh, which is a wind elemental spell that hits all enemies, Poof, which has a chance of instantly killing weaker enemies without rewarding you with XP, and Heal, Mid-Heal, and Squelch. So that's the spells he's got access to. But anyway, we could head out to the Isle of Murdaw right now if we wanted to. It's right here and ready for us to access, and there's a dungeon in that cave down there and everything. I don't want to do that yet, because there's a few things that I need to take care of first. Namely, a special event that we can do in Welshire that we've had access to for a little bit of time now, but makes a little bit more sense to do now that we have Navon in the party, just because he has, well, he's in the party and needs experience, and that's a good way to get it to him. Anyway, before I do that though, I didn't take a look at the weapon or armor shop for a reason, because I wanted to get to Navon first. There's a few weapons we can pick up here. I recommend getting one or more steel broadswords, probably just the one, and give it to Carver. Rex can keep the boomerang on for now. It's starting to wear thin on its usefulness, but he can still keep it for now. If you have the money for it or did the casino trick, you could get a cautery sword for Rex, which can be used in battle to cast the Sizz spell, but I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way for it, unless you did the trick. The Morning Star is a whip weapon that Navon and Ashlyn only can use, so if you want to buy it for Navon, you can. He has his Staff of Ghent, which isn't so useful as a weapon, but if you keep it in his inventory, he can still use it as an item, even if it's not equipped. For the armor shop, if you haven't been doing the casino trick, then full plate armor is the best you got. Buy 2, not 3, if you really want to, but don't buy any more. If instead you think that the full plate armor is good for Navon, but we'll be getting our hands on a set of one later, so I'm not going to buy one. A Cloak of Evasion is also really good to have on Navon, since it gives you a high evasion chance, and if you did the casino trick, I recommend actually giving him the cloak instead of buying the full plate, or instead of worrying about getting the full plate later, but that's only if you did that. If you didn't do the casino trick, I guess I'm just going to keep saying that ad nauseam. Well, first of all, even if you did do the casino trick, buy an iron helmet for Rex, but if you didn't do the casino trick, it is imperative, and more important than anything else, that you buy an iron shield for both of the boys. It's necessary in order to survive the fight against Murdaw. If you don't do that, you will die. If you didn't do the casino trick, anyway. But anyway, before I handle all of that, I'm going to zoom to Amor, or just anywhere with a bank, and get my hands on some cash so that I can actually buy the gear I'm going to buy. I'm going to get Navon a Robe of Evasion, since I actually kind of like that as a piece of equipment a little bit better than this. Amor doesn't have a bank, does it? Okay, it does, Whew. I'm gonna get Navon a Robe of Evasion, or a Cloak of Evasion. I'm gonna get a helm for Rex, and I think I am going to buy a pair of swords for the boys as well. I have the money to splurge on it, so I'm kind of okay with doing it that way, but if you don't, then don't worry about getting the weapons. It's not actually important at all that you get new weapons for the boys. You can do just fine without them, because there's a weapon we'll find in the dungeon that's also necessary for fighting the boss.